This is Pharma Forum web editor Nicole Raleigh, and I am on site in Chicago for ASCO 2025. And with me today is Daejin Abidoye, who is head of Solid Tumors Oncology Development at AbbVie. Pleasure to speak with you, Daejin.
Great to be with you.
So, AbbVie in oncology.
Yes.
Obviously, you and I, we've spoken at ESMO 2024, but for viewers, what can you tell them by way of an overview or introduction, if you will, about the company's efforts within oncology, including ADCs or antibody-drug conjugates from early discovery and development to late stage?
Absolutely, and that's a great question. You know, one of the things I think is really exciting about what's happening at AbbVie is the way we have, in a relatively short period of time, put together a very broad, deep, and diversified portfolio in oncology. We've had a tremendous amount of success in the hematology space with approved assets, notably Venclexta as well as Imbruvica. And we've now expanded into the solid tumor space where we now actually have approved assets or approved medicines in the solid tumor space, notably Elahere, which is approved for platinum-resistant ovarian cancer, as well as more recently, we received accelerated approval for Emrelis, or Teliso-V, which is the first c-Met targeting ADC that's approved in EGFR wild-type non-small cell lung cancer. So to your question about how we've done this and how we've been able to build this together, I think there are a lot of core tenets that we've had along the way. I think the most prominent of which is that the patient has always been the center of what we do, focusing on the patient. In addition to that, we've taken an approach specifically with our ADC platforms of a biomarker-selected approach. So as you look at the more recent approved medicines that we've had, notably Elahere as well as Emrelis, they are both ADCs, but they're ADCs that are approved with a diagnostic that really helps isolate which patients are most likely to benefit from that therapy. We think that's important in terms of thinking about the conversation between physicians and their patients. And we think that's also helpful for us as a emerging pharmaceutical leader in the space of oncology in terms of how we built out our portfolio. We've taken not only the science that we've learned from FR alpha and its role in platinum-resistant ovarian cancer or ovarian cancer broadly, as well as our understanding of c-Met and tumors, and really use that knowledge to not only, build out a portfolio that's led to the approvals of the medicines, but build second, third generation medicines that are soon to come. And we've highlighted some of those more recently at this particular ASCO meeting that we're pretty excited about.
And as you say, this shift towards precision
medicine, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's critical.
It is, and it's widely spoken about this year at ASCO more than ever before. So speaking of ASCO, that's where we are, lo and behold. Let's talk about the data now being presented for AbbVie's novel ADCs. They include, and I apologize about the pronunciation in advance, telisotuzumab adizutecan in advanced non-small cell lung cancer, as well as ABBV-706 in high-grade neuroendocrine neoplasms, or NENs, and pivekimab sunirine, or PVEK, in blastic plasmacytoid dendritic cell neoplasm. So, all those, can you tell us?
You did great.
Thank you very much. Can you tell us precisely what this means for a range of cancers, for a range of patients, and those cancers being from the sort of difficult to treat solid tumors, which is ASCO's original focus, to blood cancers, which this year it's being discussed more widely. Heme cancers really are coming to the fore at the
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm glad you touched upon this. I think one of the areas that has been a key focus for us as we've built out this broad, diverse, and deep portfolio and pipeline using precision medicine is really giving us that ability to focus in on those difficult to treat cancers, whether they're rare tumors, such as the one you highlighted in terms of blastic, plasmacytoid, dendritic cell neoplasm, or BPDCN, or some of the more common cancers, such as lung cancer or small cell lung cancer, where we're actually looking at those subset of patients who've had multiple therapies and have progressed, their disease has progressed through those multiple therapies, are now really difficult to treat disease. We think that's an area, a key area for us where precision medicine can be of a tremendous amount of benefit. To your point, I think last year we were talking a little bit about CMED, and we're sharing a little bit of the data that we first started with. You talked about it, telisotuzumab, adizutecan. We refer to it as a shorter version of Temab-A or ABBV-400. We shared earlier last year the data that we had in the EGFR wild type non-small cell lung cancer patients, where we saw really impressive response rates, close to about 50%. Now here at ASCO, we're coming back to look at a different population within non-small cell lung cancer. That's the EGFR mutant patient population. And as I mentioned, our key focus has been something with regards to those difficult to treat cancers. And so when you think about the EGFR mutant non-small cell lung cancer patient population, when patients are first diagnosed in the locally advanced or metastatic setting, if they have the EGFR mutation, they have the opportunity to go on to targeted therapy, which is great. And we've seen great, benefit for those patients. Once they progress off of that therapy, there really isn't a lot for them other than chemotherapy. And as they go through these multiple lines of therapy, the ability for for their tumor to respond to additional treatments is hard. And this is where we've been able to share data in a heavily pretreated, disease refractory patient population with EGFR mutations, where we've demonstrated pretty impressive response rates and durability of those responses. And we're sharing that data here at ASCO, and that's for Temab-A ABBV-400. So to date, just talking briefly about Temab-A, our understanding of CMED science and using precision medicine has allowed us to develop this particular ADC and demonstrate activity for this ADC, not only in colorectal cancer, gastroesophageal cancer, but now in 2 clear subsets of non-small cell lung cancer. And we're pretty excited about that. Talking a little bit about ABBV-706, once again, using that biomarker selected approach, we've adapted our novel proprietary topo-1 payload to develop an ADC that targets specifically CES6, which is a cell surface antigen, which is notably expressed quite broadly in neuroendocrine tumors, both small cell lung cancer as well as broadly neuroendocrine neoplasms. Previously, we shared data for small cell lung cancer, where we showed response rates in the excess of 60% for that difficult to treat patient population who have progressed across multiple lines of therapy. And now we're coming back to share more data on these neuroendocrine neoplasms. Once again, these are subsets of cancer that once they've received standard of care frontline chemotherapy or targeted therapy, the ability for the tumor to respond to other therapies is very limited, and the outcomes for these patients are terrible. And so our ability to be able to use precision medicine to bring new therapies to this area and show really impressive responses is really exciting to us. And then last but not least, with regards to PVEK, which is our CD123 ADC. This is a very, very novel ADC that we're really excited about, that allows us to treat a really rare tumor type for which patients struggle to find good therapies for. And this utilizes what we refer to as an IBD, or indolene benzodiazepine payload with a pseudodimer. And here we've seen response rates, or complete response rates, in the excess of about 70%, which you just do not see in this patient population. And so I think, it's our belief at AbbVie that when we have patients at the center of what we do, and we utilize that bridge of precision medicine, we're able to bring the best therapies to patients that have the highest likelihood to respond. And like I said, you're seeing response rates 60, 50, 70%, which up until now have been unheard of with standard traditional chemotherapy.
Absolutely. Thank you for breaking all that down for us. And Yeah, it is exciting. I mean, the potential for helping these patients with difficult to treat cancers is amazing. So if we focus on those patients, I've also heard that elsewhere there's been an exciting multi-year collaboration announcement. Don't know if you know where I'm going with this, that was made between AbbVie and the Chicago Cubs.
Yes.
Which aims to create greater awareness for cancer advocacy and support nonprofit cancer organizations. So, as a leading presence at ASCO, AbbVie, for those who are unaware, launched the Striking Out Cancer campaign, which kicked off during the Cubs game against the Cincinnati Reds. I was wondering if you could tell us more about this and also AbbVie's own Chicagoland roots.
So AbbVie has for those that are familiar with the history of AbbVie, AbbVie is a company that got its origins from its parent company, Abbott, which historically has been founded and developed within the Chicagoland area. I think, speaking more broadly than that, AbbVie has showed a deep commitment to Chicago, both in terms of its commitment, its passion, and not only in terms of developing therapies for patients, but what we've done within the local area. We're really excited about this collaboration with the Chicago Cubs. I think similar to the importance of AbbVie within Chicago, the Chicago Cubs is a stalwart of a lot of the folks that live within the Chicago area, and we think that partnership of two companies, two organizations that have shown a deep commitment to Chicago is critical. I think what's also exciting is that being able to partner with an organization like the Chicago Cubs, I don't know if you're a Cubs fan, but
I'm from the UK.
But being able to partner with them and being able to utilize a common pastime, which is as popular as baseball is, to really highlight, the importance of cancer in the lives of several people, the importance for us to continue to elevate this issue and raise awareness of cancer, both in terms of support for those who are affected by cancer, but also through that awareness to also create a space for resource and donations towards cancer research. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the collaboration, but it's referred to as Striking Out Cancer, which we thought was a very applicable term when you think about baseball and how baseball is played. At AbbVie, that's what we're looking to do, is to really strike out cancer. And I think it's what's important to understand is that not only is it a platform by which we raise awareness, but it's also a platform by which AbbVie can actually give back. Because there's a forum that AbbVie has set up that AbbVie is actually able to donate money and funds towards cancer research. And this is also directed by the number of strikeouts that the Chicago Cubs have during their regular home season games. And so Chicago Cubs, you guys have to really hold us to task to really make sure you get those strikeouts in. But I think it's great. I think being able to join a common pastime with something that is really at the core of public health. So as people come and they enjoy the game, they also walk away with a sense of doing something that we believe is right for patients. I think it's a good thing. And we were really excited about the collaboration and excited that we're able to partner with them for a multi-year collaboration.
Definitely. Real lives and real science. So my final question on this notion of striking out. We're at ASCO, if you needed reminding.
Yes.
What's the most promising research you've seen or you are yet to see, you've heard is coming, that could very well change oncological practice in the next 2 to 3 years?
Well, we've definitely seen a clear evolution. We saw an evolution of therapy previously with immunotherapy, which, we saw the impact and the role of immunotherapy in terms of its ability to extend survival across several different tumor types, whether it's non-small cell lung cancer, urothelial cancer, melanoma, the list goes on. I think what's exciting at this particular ASCO and what you'll see moving forward is this now evolution of therapeutics in the ADC realm, or the antibody-drug conjugate realm. ADCs have been around for a while. We've seen ADCs being developed as far back in the hematological space, as well as some of the first ADCs that were developed specific for HER2 overexpressed breast cancer. I think what we're seeing right now with the use of precision medicine is ADCs that are expanding beyond one tumor type, where you're seeing the effect of ADCs in breast cancer, urothelial cancer, lung cancer, and several different other tumor types. And we at AbbVie are really excited to be at the forefront of this. Our goal, our hope is that through precision medicine, through advanced therapeutics, and with really high specialty in terms of our technological platforms, that we are positioning these therapeutics, these ADCs, to where they can actually not only join the armamentarium of chemotherapy, immunotherapy, radiation therapy, but hopefully replace some of the age-old cytotoxic therapies, so that as patients now think about their treatment, the treatment isn't worse than the disease. And so we're really excited about this. We're seeing, we're bringing a lot of this data to date at this ASCO, similar as we did last year. And I think as one goes through sort of the presentations at ASCO, being able to see the impact of ADCs and how ADCs are changing the paradigm for several patients, I think it's something that we're all proud of and something that we're really excited about.
Exciting indeed. Thank you, Daejin. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Enjoy the Congress.
Thank you.